Welcome to Team G503. I am your host, Scott Schiller, and in this video, I'll be removing the bonding straps from the engine compartment on a 1943 Willys MB. We've still got a lot going on here in the engine compartment side of the tub, as you can see. And we're going to be removing all these wires, lines, and cables, and accessories and bolt-ons. I'm going to go ahead and start removing these bonding straps. Just need a 3/8 inch wrench for the backside nut. And the screw here. And these two are attached to the throttle and choke cables. You notice here there's two clips, one on each of them. And one screw went through both and then through the bonding strap. Just giving these a little bend out. I don't want to deform them. Take the screwdrivers, bend them out just a little bit to loosen them up and slide them off. Next, I'll remove the clip from the oil pressure gauge line. It's just, again, a simple screw, a little nut on the back. I'm going to leave this clip on the oil pressure line for the time being. The strap is fastened to this stud. Go ahead and remove that. We've got a nut, lock washer and washer. Remove the strap. And it looks to be like right here on this firewall, like that was tinned for a better ground. And we'll talk about that when we put the electric components back together. I'm going to tag and bag all these parts. It's nice to keep the original stuff, of course. This set of bonding straps connects to the actual top of the head of the engine block to the firewall. There's all kind of little pieces that they've got twisted in here. It's actually connected to the emergency brake cable and then all the way over to the air filter bracket. I'm going to go ahead and remove the ignition wires because they're right in the way of what I want to show you. So what I've done is I've just taken a permanent magic marker and labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I've got blue tape on the opposite side of the distributor cap. Just out of habit, I like to keep a label on these. They're going to disappear and I'm going to remove that distributor. But if you're doing a tune-up or whatnot, go ahead and label these things. You'll thank yourself later about that also. I've done it a couple times myself where, oh yeah, that was 1, that was 2, that was 3, and it's just a lot better if you just label everything before you pull it apart. We'll go ahead and remove these. This is probably a good idea to protect these wires from this crossover air tube, but that's an old piece of rubber there, and hopefully I can gently cut this away and get it off of here. There we go. Those wires are right out of the way. And this long, that's really unnecessary, but that's the way it was. That's the actual sending unit to the temperature gauge. Get him out of the way so we can see this bonding strap. I'm going to start by removing this bonding strap right from the stud on the top of the head here. This stud is specially made to accept that bonding strap. As you see, you've got this raised surface here where your hex nut would be, and then that nut goes on top of it. And put him right back where we found him. We'll move along to the stud on the firewall. Once again, nut, washer, lock washer. There are two separate bonding straps on this stud, and I've already removed the one side that goes to the air cleaner. And we can look at this. That is some heavy-duty strap there. And what I'm going to do is take some blue tape, and I'm going to wrap this around here just to keep the lengths together. When I go to put this back together, it's going to make it really easy for me. Make a little note to myself that that went from the top of the head to the stud on the firewall. And here again, this still looks like it's been tinned to me. It's not just bare steel. I'm sure that's been done to give it a really nice ground to the body. I'm going to take this wing nut off here, the air cleaner bracket that's left on the firewall, because I want to show you something close. We were talking earlier about this huge chunk of wire that went to the temperature gauge sending unit. And I believe, if you look right there, the little clip, I believe that's part of the original temperature sending unit. So that would have been attached there too. So I'll label that and put that in the bag. And last but not least, we've got this strap that goes from the fuel line through. This is different than those studs. This is actually a bolt that goes through the firewall and is one of the mounting bolts on the filterette that's under the dash. So I'm going to reach around with a wrench so I can take this off. Take away a little bracket here that's connected to the fuel line. And here we go again with a Phillips head fastener, and it's a stripped one nonetheless. You should come out of there, okay. I won't be putting it back, so I'm not worried about continuing to strip it. No Phillips head screws on the Willys MB. And I'm not even a purist. It's just a pet peeve. And there you've got that strap. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative and helpful. In the future, I'll be showing you how to install the bonding straps when we do the electrical videos. That'll be in the future. If you'd like to follow what we're doing here and see the archive videos, you can do so and subscribe to us at Team G503 on YouTube. Until then, keep it safe and happy Jeeping.